But yeah, I mean, you mentioned the flywheel, and that's one thing that I certainly I can't take credit for this, but Jason Calacanis is someone that I follow very closely with, and he
Yeah.
talks about the flywheel a lot.
I'm a big all-in. I'm a big all-in podcast guy myself.
Dude, best podcast. I mean, it's just
So
a
good.
free
It's so
MBA.
good. So good. So good.
But yeah, I mean, the
Yes.
flywheel in the sense of all the companies. So I've started taking an inventory of all the companies in this area. Who's doing
Yeah.
well? Who is struggling? And the flywheel that I totally agree with Jason with is you have to have a great team with a great product and delight your customers. And so here, the short time we've been talking for 31 minutes, you've touched on the fact that you've got a team, that you've got a product, and you have customers. And once you get that flywheel turning, then you're off to the races, and then things continue to progress. So companies that can't get the meeting with, possibly capital, or they're missing something of those three areas.
Right.
Is that are those three things something that you purposely focus on, or is it just something that it happens and now everything works?
Absolutely. No, I think you're hitting on the core of any successful business, right? And I would just like double emphasize the team, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think, Owen and I started it. Obviously, there's a great deal of history and trust and love between the two of us, frankly, like as cousins, and we had to, grew up together. And so I think that, I mean, that core is sort of the, what all the team stuff flows out. We've added some great folks. We added a head of customer success, guy named Jake Lubinsky up in Boston. We're all spread out, so we're not all here. We're all, we started this during COVID. So I think, we pretty quickly, we're already we're only a team of 7 right now, but we're already just like full on. The longer you go, the more it's just about bringing the team together.
Have you guys raised to this point? Are you bootstrapping?
Yeah, we bootstrapped it so far. We are actually starting our Series A process. We're skipping seed, basically.
Nice.
We're saying we've got product market fit. We're going right to a Series A.
Do you say you're from the Midwest, or where do you say you're from? Where's
Virginia?
The company located?
No, Suffolk, Virginia.
Okay.
That's our headquarters.
Which is where you live?
This is where I live, yes. Yeah, and we may have an office space here sometime, but so I'm here, Owen's in Colorado, Jake's in Boston, customer success, head of engineering in South Carolina. We've got a couple other people here in Suffolk that are doing some support functions, but they're working from home. And so, we've got some marketing person that's actually international that we've that's been helping. So we're all over the place. But
can I ask you?
Go ahead, Zach.
Can I ask you some very specific questions that are probably inappropriate in a setting like this that I don't think I've ever asked someone? All right, so
no problem.
You're bootstrapped. You haven't raised money. It sounds like you guys have raised a significant amount of money. How do you start having the salary conversation with people, and how do you figure out what that is when maybe it's not as high as they're worth, or maybe they are? The whole payment structure.
Great question. Great question. Yeah. No problem. You can ask that. So, I'd say, we haven't raised any money. The reality is Owen and I essentially were the seed funders. So we did put some money obviously into it, to get it started, ourselves. And so, that was the beginning. And we've been very scrappy. We've paid ourselves very, very, very little. And we're fortunate to be able to do that. So let's acknowledge that. Guys,
you've been good saving money over the years that you can.
Yeah. I'm not, like I said, I'm not 24, I'm 41. Right. So I've had some success and had some savings and, some equity and some other things that have done well. And so, statistically the most successful age to start a business? Do you guys
Well, there's
know
two
that?
sets. There's like pre-family and post-family, right? And you're not in one of them actually right now. From my understanding, it's like 26 and like 49, if I remember last time I looked at that number.
So the number I looked at said, like, if you look at it, like the highest likelihood of success is 39.
That's interesting.
Which is like, everyone, there's always the like Harvard dropout, thing that everyone, early 20s
But those are
or whatever.
outliers.
But yeah, they're not the norm, right? The norm is you've built a little bit of asset cushion, you've got a network, you've got real opinions about the way the world should work around something, right?
You've
And
been
you can
around the block a time or two.
and you can solve a problem. Yeah, you can solve a problem in the world. So anyway,
And probably
that's
are tied to something. I mean, every business I've heard you talk about, and you didn't say this in those 3 or 4, is you have very specific industry knowledge in a world. In this case, I think it's money, right? I mean, it's the funding aspect or it's the financial aspect of a business. I mean, like you have that.
Yeah, I would say the spend management side of it, right? The AP side, the accounts payable side of the house is where I've spent my whole career.
Yeah.
And so how do you do that well? But to answer your question further, right? I mean, so we brought in folks like our head of customer success, Jake, who's worth way more than we're paying him, but with a nice piece of equity. Like it's all about equity. Do they believe in the mission? Can we give them a piece of the pie that is meaningful? And that's what we want to do. I mean, everyone who joins our team is going to get a piece of the pie. I believe in that really, really strongly. So
is that a calculator that you look at? Like, is there something online, or you just figure it out? How do you figure out those numbers?
No,
it's an art. That you know about that?
It's an art, not a science. I don't know.
Tim, do you know of a calculator like that?
I mean, there is a book out there. It's called Slicing Pie.
Right.
I think it's pretty interesting. I mean, so basically everyone's equity stake, it's variable in nature. The more you put in, the bigger a piece of the pie that you get. But in terms of what anything's ever going to be worth, I mean, obviously nobody knows.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, remember Mark said no to Yahoo for $1 billion. I mean, come on. How many of us would said no to that? Was it Yahoo?
Yeah, it was Yahoo. Yeah. He said
if
no
Yahoo,
to
if Yahoo offered you right now $1 billion, would you take it?
Yeah, come on, of course.
I mean, I would take it too, and I don't even have anything.
Done.
All my co-founders would shoot me if I didn't. Yeah, no. I mean, of course. I mean, within reason. I mean, Mark obviously believed he was onto something very, very new, and
that was still very
massive.
early, and he had only probably been in colleges at that point.
Yeah, I don't actually remember how early that was, but an impressive poker face for sure.
Adam, do you consider yourself a SaS play, or is it more of a fintech play? Or is it a combination of both?
It's both. That's a good question. I mean, it's not pure SaaS in the sense that we're not primarily subscription revenue driven, right? I mean, we are primarily in what's called an interchange funded business. That's our primary revenue model. So when you use our cards, when you do transactions, we're getting a piece of that, and we that's our primary revenue model. So in that way, that feels very fintechy, but I think right now I'd say we're a fintech, but we will. We're going to be adding sets of features that's going to be more and more like broader spend management, a little bit more SaaS, more subscription tied to it over the coming year. So we're definitely a hybrid. Yeah.
I don't want to forget to ask about this, but are you stealing my thunder with the old T-shirt style?
Did you say something about T-shirts at some point? I didn't know.
I am the king of wearing a black tee.
I apologize. No, I just really like a good T-shirt.
Is that a KleerCard shirt?
It sure is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I like that logo.
Thanks.
Nice.
Thanks. Yeah. It is. I like a good tee. Yeah.
Are you wearing a T-shirt, Tim?
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a SpaceX T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm just rocking. Oh no, I'm not actually.
I'm
wearing a J&A shirt. No, I think about it.
I just feel that, I mean, well, it seems like every other day they're launching something, but, I feel my small part of SpaceX success is just wearing a t-shirt on the day that they launch, and they had a successful launch early
Very cool.
this evening.
So where does one find a good tea, Adam?
You know what, Zach? I have to say this. One of my favorite all-time teas came from a Start Norfolk event. Remember that SendGrid t-shirt, the blue one that the lady was giving out at that one event? I don't know if you got one.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was so it's just got to fit right. I kind of tend to like
matters more than people
It does matter.
Okay,
I don't want to scratch cotton.
He's talking about a SendGrid shirt, not a Start Norfolk shirt. But
correct.
I remember I would spend a couple dollars more per shirt, and my theory was I don't want this to be just a gym t-shirt.
Right.
And so usually it's canvas or a canvas by Bella, something like that.
I mean, is there a special blend that we need to be looking for?
Yeah, blend is something. What's that other brand that's American Apparel?
They're American Apparel solid. Yeah, marine wear.
What are those?
I think that's what this one is. Hold on, I
think the Instant Teams hoodie.
Marine Layer, I think is what it's called. Yeah, that's what these are. They're good.
I think the Instant Teams hoodie that you're wearing, Tim, is canvas by Bella.
Yeah, it's nice. It's comfortable.
It's important. Otherwise, it's going to be thrown into a bag.
Yeah. I wear t-shirts pretty much every day.
Exclusively. I mean, that's me. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Occasionally, I'll put on a collared shirt for something formal that I respect, but it's it's a good life living in t-shirts.
Directly involved within our entrepreneurial community for years. And the most common question I get is, Tim, I want to get involved, but I don't know what events I should attend. Well, StartWheel eliminates that pain point because we consolidate all the events you should attend into a single calendar. Now you'll be in the know and see where to spend your time. Gone is the need to search multiple websites and calendars. Just head to startwheel.org and see for yourself. That's startwheel.org.